It's 5:38 right now. Daren Martin is a workplace culture expert, author of an upcoming book called A Company of Owners, Maximizing Employee Engagement. And it's especially interesting this year to look at the number of companies who have decided to, as they say, opt out of opening really early for Black Friday deals. Last year, the controversy was these stores were opening too early on Thanksgiving and not giving employees a chance to spend time with families. This year, Staples, GameStop, Costco, Nordstrom, TJ Maxx, Marshall, Home Depot, Barnes & Noble, Joann's, Bed Bath & Beyond, Burlington Coat Factory, Petco, and some other stores are saying, you know what, we're going to wait until actually it's Friday before we open for deals. Is this going to be a good thing for the employees who work for those companies, Daren?
This is a fantastic thing, not just for those employees, but also for the consumer. I love this. It's a great trend.
Now, what does it mean for the retail economy, though? Normally, if the deals are out there longer, people are out shopping longer and spending more money, and that's better for the economy, or so they say.
Yeah, so they say. But you know what? If the grocery stores were closed tomorrow, you're still going to buy groceries. You're just going to do it on the next day.
Look, I have to buy groceries for real. I'm not even cooking Thanksgiving dinner. I'm just out of bread and stuff, and I am dreading going there tonight.
Yeah, you better go get it tonight. But the point is, people don't go shop on Friday because that's the only day to shop. They go to shop on Friday, or worse yet, the last few years, Thursday afternoon, because companies have been enticing them out with these killer deals. Just can't be refused. Cut rate prices, and the reality is that they don't have to do that on Friday. They can do that on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever they choose to do it, and still, I believe, get the same bang for the buck without tying up everybody's holiday.
Yeah, and I don't believe it's any secret that most of those really huge deals are limited in supply, and they're used as a way to get people through the door and buy something else, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. But the deals can start at 5 a.m. on Friday morning. I don't understand that attraction, but I know a lot of families have a tradition of after Thanksgiving, the families all together, and they'll all wake up at the crack of dawn and go shopping as a group, and that's their thing. It doesn't appeal to me in the least, but a lot of families love it. I've seen it in the mall when I've had to do radio show broadcasts on Black Friday morning, and I dreaded being there, but the people were having a blast going around getting Christmas ornaments from the stores and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people absolutely enjoy it. More often than not, though, it's families who are on kind of a tight budget. I remember those days before my kids were grown when, you're standing in long lines hoping to get that new gaming system that, is going to sell out, or that Beanie Baby, or I think it's the Stinky Pig game this year, whatever. I mean, just all of these things that are out there. And it's this rat race for people that, I see a lot of people, or some people out there having a good time. I see a lot more people with these harrowed faces, just kind of drawn and, dreading the lines, but they just want to save that buck. And I think there are better ways to do that without exhausting everybody around the holidays.
Well, they spent 7 hours cooking the day before eating, then 7 hours doing dishes and got no sleep, and now they're up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go shopping. I understand why it's like The Walking Dead out there.
Yeah, and it's absolutely the wrong way to engage employees. By the way, you mentioned all those companies. Let's give a big shout-out to the little-known company, REI, who basically started this avalanche by saying, hey, we're not going to do it. We want our employees to be outside. We want them to be enjoying the kind of products we sell. I've never shopped at REI, but it's an outdoor kind of company. And they really started this, and then all of these other companies have jumped on the bandwagon and begin to follow suit. And like I said, I think it's a fantastic trend.
Yeah, and there's a complete list of them online if you want. I think it's actually kind of like a reverse positive PR because over the last couple of years the trend was, well, we've got to get out there early. We've got to let people know that we're going to be open early on Thanksgiving. We're going to open at midnight. We're going to open at 5 p.m. on Thursday. And now the positive publicity is coming from the stores that have said, you know what, we're going to stay closed, quote unquote, so employees can stay home with their families.
I think they'll more than make it up in goodwill, not only from the employees, the kind of effort they bring the following day, but also from shoppers who will reward them by saying, hey, thanks, we appreciate it. Thanks for not dragging us offsides on the time when we should be, enjoying life. That shop till you drop thing is done.
I also like to point out Saturday is Small Business Saturday. So even though these companies that we're talking about are major national retail chains, if you're going to be shopping Black Friday, that's fine. But also remember to support all of the small, locally owned businesses in Northwest Ohio that are depending on your money as well, especially during the holidays. So shop local businesses on Saturday or Friday or Monday as well. The other thing that's really become a thing in the last 5 years, 10 years is Cyber Monday. All of the other deals that are put out online on Monday, and this is just as big of a distraction for non-retail employees and for their bosses to deal with, because then you've got people sitting at their desk all day not working. It's like the Monday after the Super Bowl where you might show up, but you're not actually working. You're online surfing the web for the best deals that you can order online for Christmas.
Okay, so look, we've got to look at this. Work invaded home a long, long time ago with the advent of the internet.
Oh, tell me about it, brother.
Oh, man, you know
Preach.
this better than anybody. We expect people to be to check an email at 10 o'clock at night, to be taking calls long after they've left the workplace, and yet we're going to be freaked out because they spend a little bit of time on Monday, letting home invade work. I say, if you're smart as a company, not only do you not bristle up against that and, start going around with all the hand slapping, but you encourage it. Hey, we're going to be set up in the break room and have some snacks, and, we want you to be able to get some great deals for your family for Christmas, and from, 2 to 4, we're going to be shopping together. Or, hey, everybody's got an extra 45-minute break to go online and get your business done and taken care of, and, we support that. We love you as an employee. We want to reward you a little bit. Turn it into a positive rather than looking over everybody's shoulder, seeing what they're doing on Monday.
Yeah, see, that's the complete opposite thing that a lot of companies will do. If you treat it as a team building exercise, as a team morale exercise, and you have encourage your employees to share their deals on the bulletin board, what they've been able to find online, that I think builds a little sense of camaraderie. You don't want it to waste the entire day, but it is the Monday after a holiday. People will get their work done. You just need to make a fun atmosphere around the office.
I totally agree, Scott. I think you're dead on. Make it fun, make it a little competitive. Have it be the time when you're getting your Christmas, white Santa present or whatever, and just to encourage people to have a little bit of fun with it. They'll get back to work, trust me, but you disincentivize them when you tell them, hey, I want you to do all this stuff on the weekend, take all these calls, do all these emails, but you can't carve out a little bit of time on Monday when you're at work.
Advice to employers, is it killing morale if they start to block some of the larger retail sites? If a company begins to block Amazon or eBay or I don't even know, Zappos, some of the bigger online retailers, is that bad for company morale?
It's not just bad for company morale, it's bad for the company's future. A lot of companies miss the memo that, I'm sorry, it's 2015 and, everything's online. And it drives me nuts when companies have, now, look, if you're a super secure company that, shoots missiles or there's some compelling reason, that's one thing. But for the most part, if people are spending all their time on Amazon or on Facebook, that's not a personnel problem. You got a culture problem within your company. That means they're not challenged enough by what's going on there. They're not incentivized enough at work, and they're zoning out. Or you got a one-off kind of employee problem. But I had an IT guy tell me a long time ago, don't solve a personnel problem with an IT solution. And by blocking the internet, you're just showing that you're living in the dark ages.
We're talking with Daren Martin, DAREN, DarenMartin.com. The new book is going to be called A Company of Owners, Maximizing Employee Engagement. One more piece of advice, should employers tell their employees to totally unplug, at least for Thanksgiving? Our boss has been nagging us for about 3 weeks to work ahead. And we're going to do the best we can. I don't think we'll all be completely unplugged, but we're working hard to be able to get out of here tomorrow afternoon and not have to come back until next week.
I love your boss. You should tell him a big thank you. And absolutely, if you're not in a life-threatening, crucial kind of position where you're on call for something that could mean life or death, then yeah, the company should be saying, hey, unplug. It shouldn't be kudos to you that they're getting emails from you on Thanksgiving. It should be a negative mark against you. So, yeah, I love what your boss is doing.
In our world, if the radio station is off the air, that is a life or death situation. Nobody actually dies, but every dollar counts, my friend.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys kind of have to be on air. I get that for sure.
Daren Martin, it's been a pleasure. Have a great Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We'll talk soon.
Okay, look forward to it. Thanks a lot, Scott.
Again, the book is A Company of Owners. Look for it, Daren Martin, DAREN, DarenMartin.com.